Now, this might be the most controversial thing in this whole tier list. Me, personally, I think Speed needed a coffee break. I needed a coffee break. Speed needed a coffee break. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you see, this is not a normal run. This is pretty much the tier list I've been saying throughout the streams. I finally finished all the challenges for Isaac. It's like 45 challenges. Yep, 45 challenges. Finished all of them, and I told everybody I was eventually going to do a tier list based on how I felt was difficult. Now, pretty simple. Going to keep it as average as possible. We're going to start off with the red. Obviously, it's the hardest, right? I needed a coffee break. Sometimes you got to sit back, take a coffee break, and be like, you know what? I assessed the run. I just need some multiple tries, but it's killing me. It's pulling my hair. I need a break. I need a break before I go crazy. The second one would be just as hard. It's annoying, just annoying. It's looking up strategies and how to complete the challenge, but not enough where you need a break, right? The coffee break is like, I need to chill for like an hour and reassess it and go back in. The next tier down is took a few tries, but manageable. You're going to see a few challenges that I put on here, and it's going to be like, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Easy. I would say it's easy, but for me, just got to watch your positioning, just to make it manageable, all in general. And then the last one, obviously, is the easiest run of your life. There's really no, it's pretty cut and dry. You just go in, these are the items you got, and just we're gonna go straight to our destination and then get the challenge completed. So I don't know how long this is gonna be, but we're gonna go in order. Let's just get right to it. The first one is Pitch Black. You start with Isaac, 3 red hearts. Start with Curse of Darkness, Curse of the Unknown. There is treasure rooms, but there's no shops. Your destination is Mom. It's unlocked by default, and you get the Rune of Hagalas when you finish it. Honestly, this was, I'm not a, this is me personally, Curse of Darkness and Curse of the Unknown, I don't like those two curses. So for me, it was a little tough just because I'm blind. But for others, I'm pretty sure it's easiest run of your life. So I'm going to put it there. Make the argument if you want. I mean, that's the very first one. We're going to have a long day for this one. But we're just going to try to go as fast as possible, right? Okay, so next up is Highbrow, excuse me. You start with Isaac with 3 red hearts. You start with number 1, E. coli, butt bombs, flush, petrified poop. There is no treasure rooms, and there is a shop. Your destination is Mom. This is automatically default within the game, and you unlock the Rune of Jera. Overall, it's a really good challenge because you get the Jera, right? Jera's huge. So this just, we're not talking about what unlocks on a tier list. We're talking about how difficult it is. So let me just not get carried away. The only difficult part is with number 1 because your range is shot out. Flush is good if you're fighting against Dingle. So honestly, to me, this is the easiest run of your life. It should be the easiest run of your life. And if not, then you gotta practice a little bit more. Next is Head Trauma. Again, you start with Isaac. I mean, we're going in order. These are like the base Isaac challenges. But it's Head Trauma. You start off with Isaac, 3 red hearts. You start with Tiny Planet Soy Milk, the Small Rock, Iron Bar. There is no treasure rooms, but there is a shop. It's by default, and you unlock Rune of Ewaz. Now, Head Trauma is difficult for people who are not really familiar or comfortable with Tiny Planet, but with Tiny Planet Soy Milk, Iron Bar, I mean, it's very, very fun, especially since you have opportunities to go into the shop. You can kind of pivot, see what you need there, and just really make the run crazy. There's trinkets that really make it fun. Rainbow Worm, Ouroboros Worm, just make it wacky, right? Me personally, for some people, it takes definitely a few tries. For me, I would put it easiest run of your life, but I know that I think I did this twice just because I misplayed it. So I'm gonna put it just took a few tries, but it's manageable. It's definitely manageable. Next we got Darkness Falls. Start with Eve. Eve is my favorite character. You start with 2 red hearts. You start with Pentagram, Dead Bird, Whore Babylon, Razor Blade, Sacrificial Dagger, Dark Matter. No treasure rooms, but there's a shop. Your destination is Satan. You got to defeat Mom's Heart 11 times, and then you have to unlock Eve. And I think you got to beat Blue Baby with the update. This unlocks Rune of the Gods, which is a really strong rune to have. And again, if you're trying to unlock Dead God, I know there's a certain order of challenges you want to go into and unlock first. That way it minimizes all the runes throughout your Dead God run. I think that's for the speedrunners. I remember someone saying that. This is actually, honestly, it's the easiest run of your life. It shouldn't be that difficult. You rarely have everything you need, especially with Eve and the Razor Blade and Whore Babylon. It's a really, really strong early game. You just got to pivot. You got to make sure you're on the right track and just do not get lost within the run because that can happen a lot. Next, we got Tank. Start with the over-reliable Maggie, the tank herself. So we're red at 4 hearts with Infamy, Mask of Infamy, Bucket of Lars, Thunder Ties, and Yum Heart. There is no treasure room. There's a shop. You got to fight Mom's Foot. To unlock this, you gotta have 7 or more red heart containers at one time, which is not that bad. And you gotta get the rune of Anzwaz, and whatever, which is also a really strong rune for an unlock. So this is really one of those you gotta take care of. And honestly, this one to me, it's only to Mom's Foot. Anything to Mom's Foot should be the easiest run of your life. It's just practice run. These are good for practice for your regular runs. That's just my opinion. Next, we got Solar System. Now you're blindfolded, which makes it a little bit, a little bit wacky, a little different than your normal run. We start with Isaac with 3 red hearts. Distant Admiration, Forever Alone, Halo Flies, Transcendence. You cannot fire tears. That's the whole gimmick of this when you're blindfolded, right? Your destination is to Mom's Heart. To unlock this, you gotta defeat Mom's Heart 3 times, and you get Rune of Perthro, which is a really strong rune, one of the strongest runes in the game. This one would definitely take a few tries. It's manageable, but it takes a few tries. For me, I think I did it like twice or 3 times, and I was able to bang it out. You could make an argument saying it could be annoying because you're not able to fire tears, and considering this is one of those rune Perthros that you really need early in the game to really pivot your whole entire Dead God run, you could put it in annoying, just annoying, if you're not really well rounded with positioning, because positioning is king in Isaac, and I say that a lot when I play. Distant Admiration, Forever Alone, Halo Flies, you're surrounded by everything. With Transcendence, you're flying around, so your positioning should be manageable when you're running around. I will leave it annoying, just annoying, because I know how other players are with this, and I did have my troubles. Not enough to take a coffee break, and I did take a few tries, but it's just annoying because you can't fire tears. And if you're not comfortable with it, and if you're not familiar with it, this could definitely be annoying. Same aspects with head trauma. You can make that argument. Next, we got Suicide King. You start with Big Ol' Lazzy, 3 red hearts, Ipecac, Mr. Mega, My Reflection, and you get 1 random pill. There is no treasure rooms, but there's a shop. Your destination is Isaac. You gotta defeat Mom's Heart 11 times to unlock Lazarus, and then you get Suicide King. Nah, not big of a deal. Honestly, that's not a... If you can avoid this challenge throughout your Dead God thing, just avoid it. It's not that big of a deal. Eventually, you're gonna have to do it, but it's whatever. Honestly, I didn't get that much challenging with this one. Having Ipecac and My Reflection obviously is like the death combo, but it wasn't too bad. I'm gonna put it in. It took a few tries, but it's manageable. I think if I remember correctly, I did this a few tries, and then I was able to ease through it. But again, it wasn't that difficult when I needed a coffee break. All right, we got Cat Got Your Tongue. Again, another big deal. We're blindfolded again, and we start with Guppy's hairball, Guppy's head, Guppy's tail. But remember, we can't fire tears. You're not gonna get that Guppy effect with the flies and everything, but you are having Guppy's head, so you got to make sure you pop that. There is no treasure rooms, but there's a shop, and I think our destination is Mom's Foot. You got to become Guppy. You unlock this challenge. You get Rune of Algiz, however you say it. This challenge wasn't too bad for me personally. What I did, I think if I remember correctly, since there is shops and I was using Guppy's head, I think I went and tried to find as many battery items as possible, and after that, I was able to pop Guppy's head constantly, which really helps the entire run. I'm not a fan of using Guppy's hairball. A lot of people are. I just think it's whack. To me personally, personally, Cat Got Your Tongue, it's just annoying. To me, it's just really annoying. It's just, let's say in a perfect run, right? You get Guppy's head, you pop it, boom, you get into a shop, you get car battery, oh, you get 9 volt, oh, you get 4.5 volt battery, and then you're okay. Everything is somewhat manageable, especially since you're going only to Mom's Foot. It's not that difficult. But if you have none of those items and RNG is not on your side, and you have to utilize Guppy's hairball and just the constant 1-room charger Guppy's head, yeah, it can get pretty annoying. It could definitely get annoying. Next is Demo Man. You start with Isaac, 3 red hearts. Start with Dr. Fetus, Remote Detonator, Matchstick. There is no treasure rooms. There is shops. You got to go to Mom's Heart. In order to unlock this, you got to defeat Mom's Heart 9 times. And you get the Chaos card, which is, again, a really strong card to have throughout your Dead God run. And honestly, Demo Man to me is the easiest run of your life. It's definitely the easiest run of your life. I don't know if I'm going to organize all this. I'm just placing challenges based on how I see fit. But to me, Demo Man was my easiest challenge. I didn't have an issue with that. I probably did that in like 10 minutes probably. It was pretty simple. But yeah, easiest run of your life. Next is Cursed. You start with Maggie, the tank. Get 4 red hearts. You start with Blue Map, the Compass, Raw Liver, Treasure Map, Yum Heart, Child's Heart, Curse of the Cursed. There is treasure rooms and there is shops. You gotta go to Mom's Foot. You have to have 7 or more red heart containers at one time, and it just unlocks. And you get the credit card, which is really, really fun because you can take devil deals for free. You can take 1 shop item for free. So it's an interesting card to have. I'm trying to remember how difficult Cursed was for me. I didn't think I had an issue. I think just having overall mapping, this should be the easiest run of your life. Just because you're able to see where you gotta go. You don't have to explore as much as you think you need to. And it just makes the overall run simpler, especially if you're going to mouse foot. That's not that big of a deal. Next, we got Glass Cannon. All right, you start with Judas, and it's scary to start with Judas. I know a lot of people don't like playing with that one red heart, but it's just with enough time and experience in the game, it gets a little bit more easier. All right, you start with Epic Fetus, Loki's Horns. There is no treasure rooms, but there is shops, so you could buy soul hearts if you need it. You got to beat the Family Man Challenge. You got to defeat Loki, and then you unlock Judas, and then you get the rules card. So your destination is to Satan. Honestly, this definitely took a few tries, but it's manageable. Again, if you're not comfortable with playing with Judas because of the red heart and that one red heart scares you, it's all about watching your positioning and understanding which room to go into. So prioritizing shops is extremely important. And just to try to find the many soul heart containers or eternal heart containers or black hearts, that's really important. When life gives you lemons, you start with Isaac, 3 red hearts, 9-volt, habit, lemon mishap, 1 lemon party pill. No treasure rooms, but there's shops. Again, you could really prioritize. If you're going to use the lemon mishap, get more battery items, right? Get charge, baby. Get whatever you need to get as many charges as possible to pop lemon mishap as insane amount of times as you want to. It's really funny to look at as well. Your destination is to Mom's Foot. This is by default, comes with the game as in itself. And you get Card Against Humanity, which is really fun if you want to break the game. You get Petrified Poop and go crazy in the big room. When life gives you lemons, it should be the easiest run of your life. It should be. Again, in a perfect world, yes, absolutely, get all the batteries you need. And again, if you're going to Mom's Foot, it's not that difficult. I didn't have that much difficulty when I was running it, so that's why I'm going to put it in the easiest run of your life. Next up, we got Beans. Another challenge where you're blindfolded. You start off with 9-volt, the bean, the black bean, butt bombs, and pyro, which is 99 bombs, which I personally love. No treasure rooms, but you get shops. Again, if you could manipulate the batteries or whatever else that you need in the shop, soul hearts, and just really prioritize your HP. This comes with the game. It's a default challenge. You got to go to Mom's Foot, and you get the burnt penny if you beat it. Me, personally, Beans, anything blindfolded for me, just me, it took a few tries. It took a few tries, but manageable. Cat Guy's Tongue, Solar System were just annoying. But Beans in itself, it was just annoying. Just to utilize only Beans and butt bombs and pyro, it's just... I'm not sure. I think I got paused in this challenge, or I probably didn't, and I was just going off with pause and 99 bombs. The number 14 challenge, it's in the cards. You start with Isaac, 3 red hearts. You start with 9-volt, battery, deck of cards, starter deck, 2 random tarot cards. No treasure rooms, but you get a shop. Destination's Mom's Foot, comes with the game already. You get SMB Super Fan, which is a really, really strong item. Me personally, it's in the cards. It's easiest run of your life. It wasn't that difficult for me. I liked a lot of the cards are very powerful in the game, and this gives you a really strong unlock that you would love to find within your regular runs, especially if you're doing Dead God and you need this, because some people press R key to get the great run that you need, and if you run into SMB Super Fan, it's like you're gonna have a good time. Next up, we got Slow Roll. You start with Isaac. You start with Cupid's Arrow, My Reflection, and Polyphemus. No treasure rooms. Shops, Mom's Foot, comes with the game by default, and you unlock Swallow Penny, which is also a really strong unlock. This, to me personally, easiest run of your life. It wasn't that difficult, especially if you're starting off with that strong of DPS with Polyphemus. You're going to have a really easy early game, and then after that, it just should snowball, because you're going to get the boss drop items, and it's going to just make the run even more stronger. Next, we got Computer Savvy, another really simple run. You get Spoonbender, Technology, Tech 2. Start off with Isaac. No treasure rooms, but it's not even needed, especially if you got Spoonbender. There is shops, so you can prioritize your HP by soul hearts. Again, Mom's Foot, not that big of a deal of a destination. Comes with the game by default, and you get Robo Baby 2.0. Honestly, this is the easiest run of your life. No big explanation needed. Next, we got Waka Waka. Okay, so Waka Waka, for some, it is manageable, and for some it's really annoying. Is it enough to take a coffee break? No, it's not enough to take a coffee break. You start off with Isaac. You get Anti-Gravity, Strange Attractor, and there's no treasure rooms. There's shops. Mom's Foot is your destination. It comes by the game with default, and you unlock Death's Touch, another really, really strong item you really want early in the game. So you want to tackle these challenges pretty quickly. Waka Waka, to me, I didn't understand the whole idea what Waka Waka meant until I started playing, and it was like Pac-Man. So Waka Waka Waka. I was like, oh, okay. I get it. And once I started putting two and two together with anti-gravity and the string attractor, I was like, okay, so I gotta put these pellets down and they gotta chase it like Pac-Man. Then I understood it. This to me took a few tries. It took a few tries. It's manageable. Once I started understanding what it meant, then I was like, okay, I got this. I got it in the bag. Next, we got the host. You start with you play as Isaac. You start with the Mulligan, Spider Baby, and Tick. Remember, you can't take the Tick off unless you got a match stick, or you can swallow it with gold pills or anything else along the lines of that. No treasure rooms. You get shops. Destination is Mom's Foot. This comes with the game automatically, and you get Tech Point 5, another really strong item. This to me, the fact that you got Mulligan, right? Mulligan to me is like, once you get Mulligan and you have a form of flying, you're the poor man's guppy. This to me was the easiest run of your life. It should be the easiest run of your life. Again, just a strong Mulligan's strong, and the Tick is gonna nuke every boss's HP by like a certain percentage, and especially if your destination is only Mom's Foot, it shouldn't be that bad. Challenge number 19, we got the Family Man. You are blindfolded, another big one. You start off with BFF, Brother Bobby, Dad's Key, Rotten Baby, Sister Maggie. No treasure rooms, but you get shops. Your destination is Isaac. To unlock this, you got to pick up both key pieces from the Angels in one run. So pretty much if you're going to like Mega Saiyan, right? And you unlock Epic Fetus. You really need this. This is a huge unlock as well. One of the big ones. Because having Epic Fetus is a game changer. Like you're going throughout a run, you find Epic Fetus, you take Epic Fetus, and obviously you get it in your secret rooms. And in order to get Epic Fetus, you got to do the Family Man challenge. Now, we got another challenge where you're blindfolded and you have to really rely on your familiars like Brother Bobby, Rotten Baby, Sister Maggie. The good thing is Rotten Baby kind of scales with you because of the flies. But this can be annoying. I know it took me a few tries to do it. But again, anything blindfolded is going to give you a hassle. Especially if you're relying on your familiars. Even with BFF, I mean, you're going to Isaac, right? The bosses aren't the big problem. It's the destination to get there, right? When you're fighting these champions and then you get one tapped, or you're like, they're constantly hitting you, you get bombarded, or the room is overwhelming, and you're kind of you're trying to navigate your shots, but you're not even shooting. You got to navigate your familiar shots. It could be really annoying. So I'm gonna put it there. All right, next up we got the Purist. You start off with Isaac. No treasure rooms, no shops. You get this by defeating Mom, and you get the Rune of Burkano, which is all right. It's not too bad. It's all right. Now, if I remember correctly, the Purist is just raw, right? It's just Isaac. Just go in. Just playing out Isaac. You're playing the game, the vanilla. But I can see this taking a few tries. I'm going to put it right here. It definitely takes a few tries. It's manageable because it's not that difficult. There's no real crazy challenge to it, right? It's not like we're playing ultra hard or like back ass words. It's just straightforward. It's just Isaac. You're just playing Isaac with challenging yourself. All right, now we're going to the DLC, the first DLC. And we're going with extra large. Every plane is Isaac. There is treasure rooms and there is shops. Every floor is the size of an XL womb floor, but does not combine the floors of each chapter. Your destination is to Mom's Heart. Get this by defeating Mom, and you get the gold heart, which is cool. This to me was just annoying. There was no need for this. To be honest with you, it was just really, really annoying. Especially if you're trying to get like a good content, right? You're trying to like not edit as much. To me, it was just annoying. But once you get some pretty good items, it starts to pick up a little bit. But since everything is huge, every room in the chapter is huge, man. It's just annoying. I'm gonna leave it there just because of annoyance. Next up is speed. You start off with Isaac. There is treasure rooms. There is shops. Everything is sped up like the broken watch effect. After the game timer reaches 16 minutes, Isaac starts taking damage every 10 seconds. Your destination is to Mom's Heart. You get this by defeating Mom, and you get out of jail free card is the unlock. Now this might be the most controversial thing in this whole tier list. Me personally, I think speed needed a coffee break. Speed needed a coffee break. It's just annoying to me how many times I had to do it, and me personally, I don't like that broken watch effect. Is it gonna go over solar system, Cat Got Your Tongue, the Family Man? Yes, you could put it here. But I'm going to put it, I need a coffee break. I needed a coffee break with speed. Make the argument. Next is Blue Bomber. Blue Bomber, you start off with blindfolded. You start off with Brother Bobby, Kamikaze, Pyromaniac, and Mr. Mega. It's just a homage to Mega Man, which is cool. No treasure rooms. There is shops. Your destination is to Satan. You got to destroy 10 Tinted Rocks and defeat Mom's Heart 11 times. And you unlock the gold bomb. I'm trying to remember how hard this. I don't think this was hard, but I'm gonna put it as took a few tries but manageable. I think I did it twice, and just to be fair, I think that's what happened with that. Next is pay to play. You start with money equals power, a stack of pennies, which is 50 coins. No treasure room, but you get shops, which is great. But you kind of have to make that decision. Do you want to spend your money in the shop, or do you want to keep it for your DPS, right? Your more power because of money equals power. So pretty much the whole gimmick is every door costs 1 cent to enter. Isaac drops money when he's hit. Isaac dies if he runs out of money, which is fun. I think, again, these interesting challenges are great. Your destination is Isaac, so you got to run through the cathedral. You got to defeat Isaac as Cain and destroy 10 tinted rocks. This gives you 2 new pills as the unlock. This took a few tries. I'm not going to put it in the annoying section, but it definitely took a few tries. But it's manageable, you know? Once you get the, like, you take one turn to do it and you're like, okay, I died. I get it. Either I took too many hits, or maybe I shouldn't have went to the shop and just conserved my money so I could scale a little bit more. This is all about like your decision, like in early in the run. It's all about decision making. Next we have a heart. You start with Charm of the Vampire. Treasure rooms and shops are available. Pennies drop instead of red hearts. Many items that restore red hearts have no effect. Your destination is to Mom's Heart. You gotta defeat Mom and you unlock 2 new pills. I think HP, if you're not really good at positioning, right? If you're bumping into enemies by accident, because things happen, right? You take bad damage. It's, you know, your positioning is off. Things happen. If your biggest concern is trying to find red hearts because you're taking so much damage and don't know how to really position yourself, have a heart can be really tough. It can be really tough. I think I did it a couple times. I'm gonna put it as annoying, but I really feel like you could make a strong argument saying I need a coffee break. That you needed to take a break from taking this challenge, just because it's all RNG, right? Like, let's say you get really bad items just from the start. Floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, you get nothing. You get HP up items, which is okay, kind of, but again, they have no effect. Me personally, you could say you needed a break. You definitely needed a break, reassess, look up strategies on how to beat this. Me personally, again, I'm gonna put it annoying. It's just annoying for me. I was just annoyed in general doing it. Relying on Charm of the Vampire, going into my shops and trying to find soul hearts. I don't even think you can get soul hearts if I remember. And really hoping I got the strongest items from my treasure rooms and boss drops. So I'm gonna put it in annoying. It's just really annoying. It definitely took a few more tries, but not enough to take a coffee break. But again, you could if you want to. All right, next we got I Rule. You start with Isaac, gets Boomerang, Key Piece 1, Key Piece 2, the Ladder, Mom's Knife, and Trinity Shield. I think this is really one of those fun ones. Very Zelda-like. I had a great time doing this challenge. No treasure rooms, and there is shops, and your destination is Mega Satan. You gotta defeat Blue Baby, I think. No, how do you like? Yeah, defeat Mega Satan, unlock the negative. I think that's how you unlock it. And you get the poker chip, which is not really needed, but it's there. It's for your Dead God run. I had a good time with this one. You could say you could take a few tries. It's definitely manageable. You take a few tries, but I really had a good time with I Rule. I think it was very fun. Good homage to Zelda. Fun all around. Next up, we got Brains, number 27. You are blindfolded. Another blindfolded one. You start with 3 Bob's Brains and Thunder Thighs. Bob's Brain is trash. One of the worst items in the game. You can win with it. I've won many runs with Bob's Brains because that's all I had at the time, and I needed something strong to knock out these bosses faster. Usually throughout the run, you're going through rooms and you're fighting little spiders, and obviously trying to aim Bob's Brain at that is just a hassle in itself, right? There is no treasure rooms, there are shops. Your destination is Blue Baby. You gotta defeat Isaac 5 times and you get Stud Finder. Again, not really huge unlock, but whatever. This to me was annoying. It's just annoying. Anything blindfolded is gonna be in this section unless it was like a really simple one. But managing Bob's Brain, and especially with Thunder Thighs, you're already slow, right? You just have to walk around and you're playing as Blue Baby. You can't get Red Heart upgrades. It's just Soul Heart. So the moment you start taking bad damage on yourself, it's a hassle, man. You're gonna have to restart this run. Next up is challenge number 28, Pride Day. You start with the $3 bill, which I love. $3 bill, Rainbow Baby, and Rainbow Worm. You cannot drop or replace Rainbow Worm. I think that's the whole gimmick of it. There is no treasure rooms, but there is shops. I think I had Ouroboros Worm with that. I think I had Mom's Purse, and I just started stacking a whole bunch of trinkets to make it work. But your destination is Mom's Heart. You gotta defeat Mom, and you get the D8 unlock. Try to remember. And honestly, to me, this was the easiest run of your life. It wasn't that bad. I think I did it in one shot, to be quite honest with you. The $3 bill really helps. It makes it fun. Rainbow Baby is just there. It's a familiar, right? Like you're adding to your DPS. Um, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Number 29, Onan Streak. You start with the Book of Bala, which is a great book, and Chocolate Milk. There is treasure rooms and there are shops, but the big thing, remember, you're starting off with Judas with that one red heart. Missing a shot deals damage to yourself, right? Destination is Isaac. You unlock this with Judas, and you get to beat It Lives, and you unlock Kidney Stone. This one, I needed a coffee break. Debatable, you can make the argument, but I believe Onan Streak needed a coffee break. You need to stop and look it up, because it's definitely annoying. It's definitely annoying because you're firing at, like, again, we have those little spiders, especially those yellow ones, jumping around and running around. You're firing your tier, and they just move left when you shot right, and they're gone. Boom, you hit a wall, game over. I'm gonna put it, yeah, but you need a coffee break. It was very annoying. Check mark on annoying. Took a few tries, check mark. It's definitely not the easiest run of your life, but you definitely needed a coffee break, maybe even two. It's just because it was all just unfair advantages for your end. Next, we got the Guardian, another blindfolded challenge. You start with the Holy Grail, Isaac's Heart, Punching Bag, Spear of Destiny. No treasure rooms, but you get shops. The Punching Bag is really good. I think it's great for enemies just to follow the Punching Bag, which kind of buys you time since you are protecting Isaac's Heart. You got to fight Mom's Heart. You got to defeat Mom to get it, and you get the Blank Room, which is a pretty decent unlock. This one took a few tries for me. For me personally, it took a few tries. But it was very manageable. I like the Guardian. I actually had a good time with this. The same with I Rule. You could make the same conversation. It was just a good time overall. I like challenges that are different from the normal run. You could say the same thing for a lot of this blindfold, like Solar System, Cat Got Your Tongue. It's different, right? It's a different type of challenge. And they're fun to me personally. I liked it. All right, next we got the next 4 or 5 with the other update for the DLC. Back Asswards. You start with 8 to 10 random items. No treasure rooms, there are shops. All chapters progress in reverse order, losing 1 item and 1 red heart container each floor ascended. It's really fun. You get, I think you start off with Mega Satan and you can work your way down. You defeat Mega Satan, unlock the negative, and you get Laz Bleeds More. Unlock. Back Asswards. It could be annoying. You could make the argument saying you could put a need a coffee break. You definitely can. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. You can make that argument, but if you're just taking a few tries doing this and you get a really strong run from the start, you could just cruise control. Because the only difficult part, think about it, is fighting Mega Satan, right? Getting through the entire chest, getting through beating Isaac, and then from there on out, you're fine. You're gonna be okay. So that's why I'm saying it's annoying. Not enough to need a coffee break, because it's really just that first 2 floors maybe. And then after that, it's cruise control. Because think about it, you're going backwards. You're not starting from the basement up. You're starting from Mega Saiyan. You already got 8 items. You already got everything you need. And you're working your way down. It took me a few tries. Absolutely. I'm not perfect. It definitely took me a few tries. But not enough to take a coffee break. I probably did it in like one sitting. Probably 30, 40 minutes. Maybe in an hour. A few hours. I'm joking. Maybe like a few hours. But back Asswards to me is annoying. I would put it above everybody here. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, definitely annoying. Next is April Fools. You start off with Isaac. There's treasure rooms, there's shops. The minimap displays the floors layout accurately, but displays Isaac's position inaccurately. Pedestal items and pickups are not what they appear to be. Active items, pills, cards, and rune effects are randomized upon each use, making them very unreliable or deadly. Don't take them. Items with no charge time, how to jump. IV back can be used repeatedly for random effects. Stonies have a chance of being replaced by cross stonies. Every boss is the bloat, which is a big one. Pay attention to that one. Isaac health is not what it appears to be. Key and bombs numbers are obviously this is going to need a coffee break. I think I did this so many times, and I actually figured out how to beat the bloat. Just be above him, right? Just don't even be below him or the side. Just be above him. He can't shoot up. But man, dealing with the bloat, I could do it like 1 or 2 times throughout the run. But every single boss, especially a double trouble room, forget about it. This is absolutely needing a coffee break. They did a good job with this challenge, making it extremely difficult. Pokemans, you start with Friendly Ball, Mom's Eyeshadow. No treasure rooms, but they're shops. Each use of Friendly Ball causes a random monster to be spawned. Friendly Ball instantly charges once the spawned monster is killed. Your destination is Isaac. You gotta defeat Mom's Heart 11 times, and you get Charge Key, which again isn't too bad. Me personally, Pokemon should be the easiest run of your life. It wasn't that difficult. It's whatever. It's fine. Next is ultra hard. Don't be super scared with the name. And you start with every key piece: Curse of the Labyrinth, Curse of the Blind, Curse of the Lost, and Curse of the Maze. There is treasure rooms, there is shops. All enemies spawn as champions. If possible, boss fights will be double trouble. If possible, no hard pickup drops. This obviously is need a coffee break. Definitely took a lot of time, a lot of tries. Definitely had to sit back and like, wait, let me get up, let me step away from the computer, get some coffee, strategize, reassess the previous runs, and go back into it. You start off, you gotta fight Mega Saiyan, which in general is difficult. It's hard, man. You get Samson feels healthy. That is the achievement you get. That's the unlock. Ultra hard is hard. It's definitely hard. I haven't found anybody that said it was easy. It's definitely hard, and you need coffee break, maybe even 2 for that. All right, next we got Pong. Starts with Cupid's arrow and rubber cement. Damage is fixed at 100. Tier delay fixed at 150. No treasure rooms and their shops. Your destination is Blue Baby. Defeat Isaac 5 times to get it, and you get Greed's Gullet. To me, honestly, easiest run of your life, especially since everything is fixed at that certain rate. Cupid's arrow, rubber cement. You're gonna have that giant tier just gonna bounce around the room. It's very fun. Only thing you gotta do is just watch and manage your shot. Like when to shoot is the only thing I would say. But honestly, it took me 1 shot, and it was just cruise control after that. All right, next we get the final update of the challenges. We get up a Scatman number 36. I'll get another blindfolded one. You start with the poop, 9 volts, Scatoli, E. coli, butt bombs, BFFs, thunder thighs, dirty mind, and mysterious candy. No treasure rooms, but there's shops. Gotta fight mom's foot. Comes default, and you unlock dirty mind. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember Scatman, but you're blindfolded. I'm trying to figure out how I did that. I know with thunder thighs were pretty slow. And the poops, I think, exploded, and then we get little buddies. Oh, you know what? Easiest run of your life. I remember now. I think I did it in 1 try. Next, we got Bloody Mary. Start off with Bethany, 4 red hearts. You start with the Book of Bala, Blood Bag, Anemic, Blood Oath, Child's Heart, and 4 soul chargers. No treasure rooms. You get shops. You gotta fight Satan. Unlocked by Bethany, Blood Bag, and It Lives. That's how you get it. And the Sigil of Baphomet is the unlock, which is a really, really strong trinket. If I remember correctly, I had a little bit of trouble with Bloody Mary. I'm going to put it as annoying. And again, you can make the argument where you needed a coffee break, but I didn't need a coffee break. It just took me a really tough time to do it. And the only reason why is because of Blood Oath. Every floor that you run into, like at the beginning of every floor, boom, you get hit with Blood Oath. So you're nuked. All your HP is nuke. And you got to try to find as much HP as quickly as possible. Every room is dangerous. Honestly, you need a coffee break. I'm starting to remember it now. You definitely need a coffee break. Just for that reason alone. Like you can have a really strong run, but like every single floor, your HP is nuked. And you, because of Blood Oath. I mean, nice stat boost, but the hunt for HP upon every room is super dangerous, especially in the womb and beyond, the cathedral, or the chest, anything along the lines of that. It's dangerous. I don't always think about it. Every floor after the first floor can be extremely dangerous. That's why you need a coffee break. You need a coffee break just to stop and be like, you know what? I had such a great run. I'm annoyed. I need to take a break because this game is getting me mad. I'm about to punch the screen. Like whatever you need to do. All right, next is Baptism by Fire. You start off with Bethany. You're blindfolded, so you can't shoot tears, but you start with the Urn of Souls, School Bag, Guppy's Paw, and Maggie's Faith. This to me is one of those really, really fun challenges, especially with a good showcase of the Urn of Souls. No treasure rooms, but not really needed. It's just one of those easy runs. There are shops. You gotta fight Isaac, and you gotta defeat Satan as Bethany, defeat Mom's Heart 11 times, and unlock Maggie's Faith. And you get Purgatory, which is one of my favorite items in the game. I'm gonna put easiest run of your life, just because of Urn of Soul and the Guppy's Paw and Maggie's Faith. If you're not familiar with Maggie's Faith, upon entering a new floor, you get an Eternal Heart. So you combine that with Guppy's Paw, you're fine. You're gonna be 100% fine. All right, next we got Isaac's Awakening. You start with Spirit Sword, Trinity Shield, Mom's Bracelet. No treasure rooms, not really needed, and the shop is available for you. You gotta fight Mother, and you unlock the Spirit Sword by doing this. This to me was fun. It's gonna take a few tries for anybody. It's gonna definitely take a few tries because especially if you're not familiar with how to use Spirit Sword, because obviously you have to unlock it. In order to unlock it, you gotta do this challenge, and especially since you gotta go alt path. I think the real difficult part is alternate path. You can make the argument saying it's annoying, and I probably would leave it an annoying, just because if you're not familiar. I think it took me a few tries, and I was just really upset because I never used Spirit Sword like that. Since this is my first time doing all the challenges, and I finally completed it, right? So yeah, I think putting it here makes the most sense. Next is Seeing Double. You play as Jacob and Isawa. You start out with Jacob has 2020, Isawa 2020, and X-ray vision. There is treasure rooms. There is shops. All enemies and bosses are doubled. You gotta go to Mom's Heart. You gotta defeat Mother once, I believe, and you gotta have broken glasses is the unlock. This one took me a few tries. Ooh, this definitely took me a few tries, just because I'm not familiar with Jacob and Isawa. I haven't even played them yet in the game. So this was my first. This challenge was my first experience with them, and moving around, I was like, oh, okay, these guys are just gonna be just difficult guys all around, right? The brothers, the twins, whatever you want to call, they're just gonna be very, very difficult. I think to me, from what I remember, is every enemy and bosses being doubled if they couldn't be doubled was just tough. That was tough because some of them fire multiple projectile shots, right? But if one is shooting and the other one just starts shooting and you gotta dodge both of them, it was tough. It was definitely took a few tries to get it done, but not enough to be where it's annoying or a coffee break. But it was definitely up there, and I'm gonna adjust it. But it definitely should be in the top of took a few tries, on the borderline annoying. Next is Pica Run. This is the easiest run of your life. The only difficult thing about Pica Run is unlocking Pica Run. That is the only thing. This one, you start off with Mom's box, you get marbles, Mom's purse, there is treasure rooms, there is shops, but all item pedestals are replaced by random trinkets. Marbles activates on every hit, which is fun. Your destination is Isaac. You gotta defeat Mom's Heart 11 times and unlock marbles, and you get Ice Cube as the unlock. Unlocking marbles was annoying. Unlocking Gulp was annoying. Pica Run is annoying just to unlock. The run itself, challenge itself, just easiest run of your life. Very smooth as butter. Don't even worry about it. Next is Hot Potato. You are blindfolded. You're playing as the Forgotten. There is no treasure rooms. There is shops. The Forgotten cannot fire tears and explodes every 2.5 seconds. Explosion timer resets upon entering a room or picking up an item. Actually, I think it's Tainted Forgotten. You gotta fight Satan. That's your destination. And to unlock this, you gotta unlock home as the Forgotten. Pretty simple, straightforward. And get the Chariot card. Really, really strong throughout the run. Not really necessary if you need it for Dead God Run, if you're like trying to speed run it, but like you're gonna need it eventually. Honestly, I had a really good time. It took a few tries because I wasn't super familiar with the idea of this challenge, but I, reading up on it, and I was like, okay, this is how you're supposed to do it. It definitely take a few tries. Manageable challenge. Very fun challenge too. Again, I Rule, the Guardian, Hot Potato, really fun challenges, different from your average challenges. So I'll definitely put it here. It took a few tries, but manageable. Next, we're Cantripped. Start off with Tainted Judas. No treasure rooms, but you get shops. All cards and pills are replaced with item cards. Enemies also have a chance of dropping an item card when killed. The Bag of Crafting now initially holds a maximum of 3 item cards at once. When picked up, each item card shows a preview of a random active item that, when used, activates the effect. All boss item drops are replaced with starter deck, which increases the max card limit by 1, and it could drop 3 cards. Destination is Mom's Foot. To unlock this, you gotta get home as Kane, and you get the Justice card off this. Cantripped. Honestly, it was just annoying. It's annoying, and that's debatable because some people took a few tries, manageable. To me, it definitely did take a few tries, but it was just overall annoying. I didn't like playing with the cards and just dealing with the cards, and you dealing with Bag of Crafting. And again, it's just not my play style, right? I'm not super familiar with Tainted Kane. I'm going to have to, right? I'm pretty much almost done with the regular characters, and then Tainted characters are next for the Dead God Run. But yeah, it's definitely annoying. I didn't like it overall. Next is Red Redemption. Play as Tainted, Jacob, and Isawa. You start with Dad's Key and the Red Key. There is treasure rooms. There is shops. Your destination is to Mother. The starting room spawns with no rooms connected to it. Rooms spawn in clusters around the map and must be found via the Red Key. While the Red Key can be used an infinite number of times, it has 20 uses before Dark Isawa spawns. Each subsequent 5 use will spawn another Dark Isawa. If Tainted Jacob has yet to turn into his lost form, the Red Key cannot be used to open doors. The I Am Air rooms, each floor generates a Curse of the Labyrinth floor with 1 shop, 2 items, and boss rooms, except the 4th floor, which has only 1 boss room. All rooms may be from any floor of the current chapter. To get this, you gotta go to home as Jacob and Isawa, and I think you just gotta lock them. This gives you the Hermit, which is a really strong card. This was a coffee break, and I'm gonna explain the story why. When I started Red Redemption, I finally got the unlock. I was like, oh, this is great. It should be pretty simple. I read it. I already did my research. I already read it. I watched other YouTubers play it. I'm like, oh, I got this in the bag. Should be very, very simple, but it's going to be long. But just because you're using the red key, anytime you're using the red key, it's going to be really a hassle, right? It's going to be a hassle type run. I tried it for like my first attempt, lost immediately because I didn't understand Jacob Eastwell. I didn't understand. I saw my brother flying around. I wanted to just high five him and I was done. Red Redemption is annoying. Very, very annoying. So it definitely took more tries, but I needed a coffee break. I did it for one day. I stopped. I was like, it's too late in the day, in the night. I need to go to sleep for work. I'm going to stop, reassess, and gather my thoughts and go back at it again tomorrow. This needed a whole day break for me, so it absolutely will go on top of every other challenge as of now. Red Redemption needed a coffee break. Just a annoying type run, on break worthy, multiple coffee breaks type run. Next in the final challenge is delete this. You start off with the TM trainer challenges. Of all the challenges, this is just, I had a great time with this challenge. I think it was pretty fun. It's very unique. You have treasure rooms, you have shops, but your destination is Blue Baby. All items are randomly generated to TM Trainer. The theme of each area, its obstacles per area, and music are randomized, which is fun. Some obstacle sprites are randomized even within a level, and sometimes the music may be missing altogether, which again, cool and fun. Occasionally, even the floor texture might glitch out, replacing with the plain color. Shop item prices range from 1 to 99 cents. The challenge itself appears under the challenge list without any text, effectively rendering it invisible. You get this by unlock a Tainted Eden, you get the Temperance card. This to me was really, really fun. Really unique type challenge. Took a few tries, but it's very manageable. That's how I'm looking at delete this. You could put it up where it says annoying. You could put it where it says you might need a coffee break, but to me, it's definitely take a few tries and manageable. Like I Rule, like the Guardian, like Hot Potato, very gimmicky, very even Waka Waka, very, very fun challenges. I personally appreciated it a lot when I was doing them. But the thing is with the challenges, what I love the most is you have to do the challenges, right? Now we're gonna get into the order of every single one of them, but I just want to say all these challenges are really important for your Dead God run. Now, if you're speed running your Dead God, obviously you need to unlock certain challenges before others. When I did it, I did it in order. I started off with Pitch Black, Highbrow, and I started working my way down all the way up into Delete This. I try to do it in as much order as possible just to get the whole feel of when you first get Isaac. Now, really quickly, let's see if we can make any changes, right? Let's start off with the coffee break. Speed, I would put at the end. It's really annoying. And the only reason why I put speed up there again is just, again, debatable. Make the argument if you want. Speed to me, the broken watch thing is annoying. And just positioning and running around is just too much for me. Onan Streak, I would put ahead of speed. Bloody Mary was hard. April Fool's was hard. I think Red Redemption should be second. Yeah. April Fool's has to be number one. It just was really, really rough. Just dealing with the blow over and over and over again. It took me so many tries, and I definitely needed, I think I took 2 coffee breaks for April Fool's. And then Red Redemption, just because it was just a extreme, it took me a whole day and a half, maybe 2 days to do Red Redemption. I just didn't like that. Ultra Hard took me a couple breaks, but easy. Bloody Mary in itself, just the idea of having a strong run and then having half a heart was rough. Onan Streak and Speed, well deserved in the bottom 2. Speed, borderline annoying, just annoying, and needed a coffee break, just borderline. But I feel confident when I need a coffee break. That is my tier list for the coffee break. And next we're going to go to annoying, just annoying. Back ass obviously is number one. It has to be number one amongst the annoying, just annoying. The XL, have a heart is pretty bad too. Have a heart is definitely pretty bad. Brains is pretty bad. I wouldn't put it over have a heart. Isaac's Awakening, I would put that ahead of a Solar System. Cat Got Your Tongue, Solar System, and Fan Man, these are kind of the same, so I'm gonna keep them grouped up together like a cluster. The XL is just annoying, but took a few tries and manageable, so I'll leave it here. And Cantripped, I would put above XL. That's my annoying, just annoying tier list of challenges there. Now, it took a few tries, but manageable. Head Trauma, Suicide Kid, Glass Cannon, Beans, and Waka Waka, pretty straightforward. I would put Purist above all of them though, amongst these, right? Blue Bomber was manageable as well, but I think it's over Head Trauma. Pay to Play, same thing, over Head Trauma. I Rule would be the same idea of that. The Guardian, I would agree. It could be above that. Seeing Double, I think honestly, you know what? Seeing Double should be ahead of the Purist. Seeing Double, just getting that double effect, it just, especially with Jacob Eastwell, that's just really annoying. Hot Potato was very fun, and Delete This took a few tries because again, you can have really bad RNG. So I would put that there. So to me, Seeing Double, Delete This, and then the Purist, and then the random Blue Bomber, Pay to Play, I Rule, and the Guardian should all be there. Glass Cannon. No, matter of fact, I remember Glass Cannon now. I think you should go ahead Blue Bomber. And then these were pretty simple. Once you get the hang of these, like the gimmick of the Hot Potato and Waka Waka and Beans, you're like, oh, all right, I got it. Suicide King. I think I did it a try or two, to be honest with you. But I know the idea of it is crazy, starting off with the items to start off with. So I would put it here as well. And I feel confident with, took a few tries, but manageable tier list. And then the easiest run of your life. There is really no crazy order into this because these were just really easy runs, in my opinion. Obviously, with Computer Savvy being number 1. Demo Man would be number 2 for me. It's in the cards. Slow Roll was pretty simple as well. The Host, I liked it a lot. Pride Day was pretty simple. Pitch Black, I'm leaving at the bottom, right? No, Pitch Black would be here. Pitch Black would be here. And yeah, but like easiest run of your life, I don't think we have to go too in depth with this one because it's just easy runs, very straightforward gimmicks. You need these unlocks, in my opinion. But yep, that is the challenge tier list of Isaac. Once I finally completed all 45, this is how my personal opinion of where I needed it and how I saw every single challenge when I did them. Obviously, yours could be completely different, but this is what I got for it. It could be part 1. May never know. Right now, I'm currently doing the Fiend Folio challenges. Those are just a whole different level, and I gotta finish those if I want to do a tier list of that. But yeah, if you like what you see, check out the channel. Appreciate you watching. Until next time.